Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy Lina. Here is Rob.
Hola.
How are you guys? Estamos tratando de hacer un video para informarles a todos ustedes, todos aquellos que están en nuestros países latinos, aquellos que hablan español, darles la oportunidad de conocer un poquito de nuestro colegio, darles la oportunidad de conocer un poco de Australia y la experiencia que tienen nuestros profesores ofreciendo nuestras clases de inglés. Básicamente, pues que es nuestra oportunidad de obviamente darlos a conocer nuestros cursos. Mi nombre es Lina, para todos aquellos que no me conocen, trabajo en English in Paradise, EIP, es una international school in Surfers Paradise, en Australia, Gold Coast. Conmigo nos acompaña Rob. Rob is one of our trainers. Rob es uno de nuestros entrenadores, uno de nuestros profesores de inglés. Lleva con nosotros aproximadamente 17 años en la industria y trabajando con nosotros. Quiero darles un poco de información acerca de quién es Rob y las labores que él hace, su posición, porque es importante su labor en EIP y todo lo que tiene que hacer en cuanto a las clases y todas las oportunidades con los estudiantes de poder enseñarles el idioma. Hi Rob, how are you?
I'm good, Lena. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Hello, everybody.
I just want to introduce everybody, of course, to you, and give them the opportunity to know about your experience, about who is Rob, why Rob is working in EIP, why we choose attend Rob's class. So if you can just start just introducing yourself a little bit.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. As Lena said, my name's Rob. I'm one of the senior trainers here at EIP. I've lived on the Gold Coast. I'm from the Gold Coast, so I've lived here for a long time. But I've also done a lot of travelling and working around the world in many different countries, and now I'm been back here for 17, 18 years now, and I've been working at EIP for 17 of those years.
I know. I just already explained to everyone. Yeah. Okay, Rob. Tell me about your position at EIP. What is your main role in EIP?
Okay. Well, I guess there are three things that I do at EIP.
Yeah.
Number one is I run the General English ELICOS department at EIP, which is our General English courses and our IELTS courses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that role just involves sort of overseeing the course development and making sure the trainers are delivering a good product to our students and our students are happy, I guess.
Okay.
The second role, I am the progress officer, which means I sort of deal with those students that might be having some trouble with their course or have maybe some trouble not meeting visa requirements in the course. And in that area, I sit down and have one-on-one sessions with the students just to get them back on track and to make sure that they are successfully completing their course and giving them any extra help and assistance they need to do that.
Okay.
My third and most favourite part is being one of the English trainers here, teaching the ELICOS English courses.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, why is your position so important for students?
Good question. Good question. Well, I guess the first role of sort of running the ELICOS department, it's very important for students because it makes sure that they get the best classes they can get. It makes sure that I can speak to the students and find out exactly what they want in their classes and make sure that's what they get. Yeah. It also helps me to develop the trainers as well, so that they're getting more skills at teaching as well, so that we are, again, it's all about delivering that perfect class to the students. So the more I do, the more you guys get.
Yeah, that's right.
For the progress officer, it's really just about, helping those students that are maybe having some trouble so that they can still achieve what they want to achieve and go on to what they want after the course.
Okay. Thank
and
you.
An English trainer, of course, it's just about giving the guys the English. We know that, people don't study English to study English. They're studying English to go on to do something else in their life.
Yeah.
So that's very important that we can help them do what they want to do.
Yeah, that's very important. Okay, what about your experience, your professional experience?
Okay, well, as I said, I've been teaching for about 17 years. Yeah, so I've done a lot of study to get there. I did a diploma of business originally coming out of school. I've also got a graduate diploma in TESOL, which is basically teaching English, and I've got a Masters of Education as well. So that's my kind of my study. My work experience, I've worked in teaching English students and teaching vet courses for like I said, so for 17 years. I've taught all English levels from beginners right up to advanced, and I even developed and taught the diploma of English here at EIP as well. I've also run my own business for a couple of years teaching teaching speed writing to journalists. So I did that all around Australia for off and on for sort of 5 years.
Right.
And I've also taught the speed writing at Griffith University here on the Gold Coast for 3 years as well.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. That's a lot of experience, a lot of years as well. What can you tell us about the general English classes?
Okay, well, basically the English timetable is Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 1 o'clock. So it still gives you guys plenty of times in the afternoon to go to the beach or to work, to meet
after
up with your
classes.
friends,
Yeah.
those kind of things. We run 5 different levels at EIP, so from elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced courses.
Yeah.
We also have IELTS courses that students go to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, how you run a class?
Well, the main thing is to get the students, to get you guys having fun in class. Okay, so we want to make sure people are enjoying what they're learning because they won't learn without it. So we have very dynamic classes. The trainers are very engaged and interested in the students and what they do. But we lean more to doing a task. So we get students involved in using the language directly. We teach them what they may need to do, and then we go through the language that they need to get that. And by doing that, they will steadily increase their skills and move up through all the different levels.
Okay. What about the IELTS classes?
Okay, the IELTS classes are really interesting the way we've developed these classes. On the Wednesday and Thursday, the main class times, they do where they're doing the practice. So they go through the skills of how you do all the different types of tests that you have to do in IELTS, and it's about taking the student from wherever their IELTS is now or their English is now, and getting that IELTS score up to what they need.
Okay, and that's very important because, of course, for our visa applications for the permanent resident, now it's very important to get the right score.
Yes, so
the IELTS.
we understand this is a really important thing for students' future, whether it's immigration or for further study. So we take it very seriously. We want to see our students achieved, and lots of our students have achieved the goals they're going for. Each Friday in that course, a really great thing is we have a separate trainer that comes in and tests students every week, depending on what they've been practicing, and under test conditions. So you really get the experience of doing it. And we test different skills in the morning, and then in the afternoon, based on that skill, we upskill the parts that they don't know.
Yeah.
2 times during the course, if you do the full 11 weeks, for example, you'll do 2 full practice IELTS tests to give you a really good idea of what your scores are like.
All right. Thank you. Why do you think that students choose EIP? What is the main reason to let the students, come to EIP to study with Rov?
Okay, well, obviously, clearly because of me. No, joking. Really, number one is the trainers. You know, all the trainers here are very professional, very qualified people, but they all have a passion for teaching. Okay, they really want to see their students doing well in the class, and they care about what's happening with their students. They're a great group of people to work with. I enjoy, I just enjoy coming to work to work with the teaching team that we've got here. But it's not just them; it's also all the staff at EIP. they all make a great thing for students to come. And you know, I often hear comments from students about my other trainers or about you know you guys in the marketing team, how helpful you guys are. So that's very important.
Yeah.
But in the class, you know, we focus on task-based learning. So students will get the opportunity to use the real English that you need day to day, not what we call the book English.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's very, very important. They'll be talking from day one. Yeah. And they'll also get to learn a lot about the Gold Coast in Australia through, you know, we do a lot of cultural things. Yeah. So that's a big bonus for them as well.
All right. Thank you. And the last one, tell about a bit of your life, why Gold Coast, a little bit of Australia.
Okay, so
why students should come to Gold Coast, no other part of the world.
Okay, well, great question, great question. Being somebody from the Gold Coast, I was lucky to grow up here.
Yeah, the paradise.
Yeah, it is a paradise, you know. Really, it's the lifestyle of what you will get here. So if you guys come here, you'll experience a great lifestyle of Australia, but in particular the Gold Coast. We've got beautiful beaches, over 50 kilometres of beaches just on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And we've got a large amount of natural rainforest out in the mountains behind us, so they can go and experience all that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work opportunities for students here because there's a lot of bars and clubs and restaurants. So I know a lot of students need to work as they go along. Yeah. So they've got good opportunities to do that. The living here is great. The transport is easy for people to get around.
Yeah. It's not that expensive.
No, it's quite
as
an
it is in Sydney or Melbourne.
Yes. Yeah. Look, compared to Sydney and Melbourne, the Gold Coast is quite a cheap place to live. The accommodation is much cheaper. Your living costs are definitely lower than Sydney and Melbourne.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Rob. This is a very quick interview, just to let people know a little bit about your experience, what type of trainers we have in EIP, and why the students can choose to study in Gold Coast and EIP as well. Just to finish with this interview, please just say goodbye in an Australian way to everyone, to Colombia, to Latin American people. Just a small sentence.
Okay. Catch you later, mate.
Ok, gracias chicos por allá, espero que les haya gustado y para la próxima por favor estén pendientes, trataré de postear más información acerca del colegio y nuestros profesores. Si tienen alguna duda por favor escríbanme, voy a postear el video en nuestras redes y si quieren una pregunta en particular también tenemos nuestros agentes que nos apoyan en todo este tipo de preguntas. Gracias, mi nombre es Lina, hasta la próxima. Chao.
Bye.